Greetings everyone. So today we are going to discuss about the normal flora of the human body. So when it comes to the bacterial flora, we need to understand the terminology flora. Flora basically is referred to the normal amount of bacteria or the normal bacteria which reside in our body as mutualistic associations, such as those bacteria which live in our body without causing any sort of harm to our body are considered as a normal flora of the bacteria of our body. In the human body, the number of bacteria found are approximately counted to be 100 trillion, which is 10 times the amount of the cells present in the human body, right? So, uh, since it is a large number, this bacterial flora serves a purpose in the human body, such that when it comes to the purpose of the bacterial flora, it is responsible for a number of features, which includes first and foremost fostering the human immunity, such that immunity can be strengthened with the help of this flora. Immunity can be strengthened. How? Let us discuss that as well. We know that bacteria can attack and have you know more than 200 different bacterial diseases in humans, but since we are having the bacterial flora, which includes several species from gram positive and gram negative bacteria, for which we are going to discuss here as well. Uh, More of these bacteria which live on the surface tissue. One more thing, that these are the bacteria which are found in the normal flora in our body are basically the one which live on a specific site in our body on the surface tissue, on a specific site on the surface tissue, but not in the internal tissue such as brain, heart, or blood, but rather live in a specific site of a surface tissue, such as skin, mucous membrane, epithelium, over epithelium, mucous membrane, skin, and these are the surface tissues over which they are able to live. Now, when it comes to the benefit which they cause is in numerous manner, among which first we need to understand what are the normal flora of our body. Normal flora of our body here first and foremost involves the staphylococcus aureus, which is found in the nose and mouth, which is found in nasopharynx and in the mouth. Apart from which, we are having some other bacterial flora, such that we are having E. coli bacteria, which is found in the colon, in the vagina, as well as in the mouth. Not in mouth, but in the urethra. Apart from which, you may see in the diagram as well that in the vagina we are having lactobacillus, as well as we are having the streptococci, clostridium, as well as candida albicans, as well as streptococcus. Apart from which, in the urethra we are having the streptococcus, mycobacterium species are there, bacteroids, and pepticus, streptococcus is also there, diphthoroids, corynebacterium are also there. Apart from which, in case of the skin, we are having Staphylococcus aureus, as well as the Staphylococci Mycobacterium species, as well as some Bacillus species as well. And in the stomach, there is Streptococcus, Staphylococcus, Lactobacillus, and Peptostreptococcus. Apart from which, in the outer ear, we are having the Pseudomonas, diphtheroids, and Staphylococci species. Apart from which, when it comes to the nose, we can find Staphylococcus aureus, as well as viridans streptococci, Staphylococcus aureus, viridans streptococci, as well as Streptococcus pneumoniae. Apart from which, in the oropharynx, we are having Candida species, viridans streptococci, and Treponema species. Apart from which, we are having the Candida species as well. Apart from which, when it comes to the small intestine, we are having Lactobacillus, bacteroids, Bacteroides species, Clostridium, Mycobacterium, and Enterococci species are also there. Enterococcus bacteria. Apart from which, when it comes to the large intestine, we are having a lot of species which we are familiar with, such as Clostridium, Klebsiella, Proteus, Lactobacillus, Enterococci, E. coli, Pseudomonas, Staphylococcus aureus, Mycobacterium, Actinomyces, Actinobacter, Pseudomonas, Streptococcus, Clostridium, etc. So these are some of the species which are found in our normal flora. Now, when it comes to the species which are found in normal flora, why are they important and what's the major purpose over here? The purpose of them being in our body is that uh, these bacteria basically number one cause and a strength in our immunity such that these bacteria, as you might have seen, are very familiar to some of the disease causative pathogens such as Clostridium and Salmonella, Pseudomonas, as a result of which these bacteria cause to act as antigens to stimulate the production of antibodies within our body by acting as antigens, as a result of which the body starts to synthesize antibodies against the pathogens which are supposed to cause disease in our body, as a result of which they act as an stimulant for the production of antibodies within our body. Let's suppose if we are having salmonella species, if we are having a salmonella species in our body, then that salmonella species will stimulate the formation of antibodies against salmonella typhi, and that salmonella typhi will which will whenever we attacking the human body will already have antibodies prepared against it, such that when the salmonella typhi will arrive in the body, the antibodies will immediately kill it out and then protect our body and make it immunized. But when it comes to the salmonella typhi, or when it comes to the normal flora of our body, salmonella, it will not be affected by the antibiotics because our body is having this bacterial species as the normal flora because it is providing benefit to our body. Apart from which, when it comes to some other characteristics, we are having certain bacteria which synthesize vitamins in our large intestine, such as E. coli bacteria, vitamin K, vitamin B12, enterococcus, as well as we are having certain bacteria which synthesize certain chemicals in our body, such as Staphylococcus aureus synthesizes nitric oxide in our nose, which acts as a vasodilator, which causes to increase the as a result of which, when it acts as a vasodilator, it causes vasodilation of the blood vessels, due to which the heat trapped within the blood vessel is then transferred to the air which is coming inside the nose, due to which the air coming inside the nose becomes warm and filtered. So Staphylococcus aureus is responsible in this case, and apart from that, certain bacteria are also responsible for digestion of cellulose in rabbits as well as in other herbivores. Apart from which, these are some examples of this. And one more thing that I wanted to mention is about these bacteria basically act as competitors, such that these bacteria occupying much of the surface tissues of our body cause to uh, prevent any sort of pathogenic bacteria to reside on these surface tissues by uh, competing for the site on the surface tissue, such that as a result of the competition and competing occurring, they cause to prevent the pathogenic bacteria to reside on the surface tissue, as a result of which they prevent the spread of pathogenic bacteria. And one more thing, that these bacteria basically are non-pathogenic bacteria. These are non-pathogenic bacteria on the specific surface tissue over which they are found. But when these non-pathogenic bacteria or the normal flora of our body, these are known as non-pathogenic bacteria. First and foremost, these are non-pathogenic bacteria. When these non-pathogenic bacteria are transferred to another area, another surface tissue of our body at a specific site, then these non-pathogenic bacteria turn into pathogenic bacteria, such that these non-pathogenic bacteria, after changing their site even in the same individual's body, will be turned into pathogenic bacteria, and now they will be transferred from the normal flora of our body to the pathogenic bacteria. So this is an important point to be considered, such that the normal flora of the body can only be considered whenever there is non-pathogenic group of bacteria at a particular surface tissue in our body, right? So these are some conditions over here. And apart from that, as our non-pathogenic bacteria or the normal flora of our body cause to act as a resistance for colonization against pathogenic bacteria. These bacteria are considered as a colonization resistance bacteria. This phenomena of resisting the colonization of pathogenic bacteria on the site of a surface tissue is known as colonization resistance. Colonization resistance. Colonization resistance, right? So this phenomenon is known as colonization resistance. Apart from which, normal flora of the body are those bacteria, those non-pathogenic bacteria which are found at a particular surface tissue of our body. So only non-pathogenic bacteria are considered as non-flora bacteria, but pathogenic bacteria are considered as the pathogenic bacteria which are found at a different site in our body, even though if they are floral bacteria, but even though if they are bacteria which are found in our body, but if they are found on the wrong place, the wrong surface tissue, these would be considered as the pathogenic bacteria. So this is a point to be considered over here. And yeah, this is all about the video. Hopefully we meet again in another video.